Just keep swimming. 1111. Thank you for being here and being supportive and just being a good person. I really appreciate to have you over here on my team. So this is just going to be a collective reading. What's going on in your situation? And is it going to get better, right? And then later today, I'm going to be doing Leo and Aquarius. All right. Spirit, what is going on currently today? And what do we need to know? Hi, Madeline, Kelly, and Ashley, and Mex. Edible Chalk. Hi, Jessica Ortiz. Hey, girl. Max, hi, honey. How are you? Hanging in there? Well, we're going to do a reading today, Max, about whatever current situation is happening to you, and then we're going to see if it's going to get better. All right. Let's see. How are you guys doing? Felina, hi. Laura. Top of the morning to everybody. Hey, girl, hanging in there. Aw. Doing well. Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. Hi from Wisconsin. Hi, Nuck and Butts. Good morning. Laura, milking cows, huh? That's awesome. All right, let's see what's going on. What is happening in your situation? Okay. Oh my, okay. All right, bottom of the deck. Overall, underall, we have 7 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I don't get your name, man. I don't get your name, but okay. I just think it's hilarious, that name. Never heard it before, so I was like, okay, whatever. Okay, so for this reading, we have 7 of Wands in reverse, which means I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting what's happening, you know, and you also feel stepped on by people. You feel walked over, disrespected, stepped on, just really getting this kind of slap to the face. And it's getting harder and harder for you to tolerate and to deal with. So there's a lot of frustration behind that, and that's kind of what's happening to you. You're like, I'm tired of getting slapped around. I'm tired of getting stepped on. I'm tired of getting disrespected. I didn't warrant this. I don't deserve this. You know, what's going on? Okay. The first card coming out is Consia, she who whispers, secrets, confessions, confidante. Confidence, you know. I also see consequences, you know. So there's some things that are going to come to the surface that you'd rather not. And it's really just, I need to deal with some secrets that are coming out to bite me. I need to deal with some things that I didn't intend. Oracle Queen, I was supposed to email you for this deck. I won. You told me to email you, and I didn't see which email I needed to email you from. Oh, okay. Well, just look below. It should be in the description. Okay, if not, check any recent order, and it should be there. And for private communication, if you don't have it from, because you've never ordered anything, which you had to have because the only person who could win the deck is the ultimate monthly subscription people. So go look at your ultimate monthly subscription when you ordered it, and then you'll have the email, and then you can just keep responding to me through there. Okay. So let's keep going. We also have the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So this just doesn't feel good. What you're going through is taking away your happiness. It's depleting you. It's making you not feel very good. It's stressing you out for sure. Reciprocity is here. You get what you deserve. Now, it's not always fair, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes you don't mean to get something like this, but it happens. How do I explain this? Let me give you an example to make sense of karma, getting what you deserve when you don't mean to. Okay, prime example. I have someone named Lee Elizabeth who just ordered the 100 Club on the 11th of September. So that just recently passed. This woman said that when you order a 100 Club reading, it goes straight to an appointment. Even though the 100 Club, and you guys all know what the 100 Club is, it's not a private reading. It's not a personal. It's part of a membership where I go live and we answer questions, 1 to 2 at a time per 100 Club member. It's half off the questions, basically. Well, she's adamant that she had an appointment and it was a reading, and she wanted a reading and it didn't happen on September 11th. She basically thought it was an emergency reading, maybe, I don't know. She thought she could order it the same day and get it within a substantial amount of time right there. Not reading what she ordered, you know? And it comes back on my end, a 100 Club purchase, not you have a personal appointment. So unintentional. The karma, though, that comes with that is, I don't want to have an interesting fact about karma for you guys in a minute, but even though I didn't intend because I wasn't involved, it wasn't my fault. I didn't promise her anything. She was supposed to read, order, and purchase, and it's my business. Acuity scheduling, for whatever reason, allows scheduling even for an order that has nothing to do with the schedule. Otherwise, it will not show up as something you can purchase. It won't show up. So I just had everything on the schedule just so it could all show up so people could select what they wanted. Because I didn't do the due diligence probably to figure out how to not let that have an appointment. It's my karma. It's my karma that the equipment I'm using, the service I'm using, I need to ensure that it's doing what I think it's doing. Because I'm putting it out there. Okay? So my karma is, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. And I've been talking about this for a few days now, but that's kind of reciprocity. It's like, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. Her responsibility is to read what you order. I have about 25 selections. Pick one, read it, see if that's what you want, and then order. Her karma is she didn't read, probably. I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming she did not read what she ordered. And she didn't read the terms and conditions, and she didn't read what that was all about. So she went on expecting an appointment because she got, the reminder for the appointment. She expected an appointment, even though she ordered something that was not an appointment. And she's rather flustered and adamant and stubborn and wrong. And I said, well, I asked, well, how many questions is it? And how many tarot? And how many oracle cards? And how many minutes for the reading? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No. Yeah, because you didn't order a reading. You ordered a 100 Club. That's why you don't know what the reading would entail, because it doesn't say. Because if you wanted to read it, you would see it's a 100 Club, not a reading. And I said I was happy to exchange her order for a reading. I said, I'm happy to do that. Let's go ahead and just flip it. Cancel your dispute and your complaint because I did nothing wrong, and I'll be glad to exchange what you ordered and give you a proper reading. And she's adamant that she doesn't want to. She even said I was argumentative and, basically just upset. And that's what I'm talking about, reciprocity. Sometimes it's not your fault, but you get this karma. And what Saturn wants to teach you, what Saturn wants to tell you is, listen, I'm not saying that you did something to PO somebody, I'm not telling you that you're a bad guy, you're a bad girl, you deserve wrath. Saturn's like, I'm just asking that you spend more attention to detail, that you spend more time on what you're doing, that you are more cautious and detail-oriented with what you put out there. Be cautious of what you say to people because it comes back on you. Be cautious of what you put out there available to people because it comes back on you. And sometimes not in the way you want, And if you guys could use that as an example for other things in your life, like relationships. Sometimes you don't intend to harm another person in your personal relationship, but you do, and there's repercussions, Like Lee Elizabeth is going to be blocked. She can no longer ever order anything from me, and I'm a real psychic. These are hard to come by. There's a lot of fakes out there. I'm someone that gives really good, authentic readings and timing and details, and very rarely do you find a psychic to give timing and details because usually they're so unsure of themselves, they don't want to give timing and details because they're afraid that they could be wrong and whatever, they don't want to be wrong. I put it out there regardless. And this is a real gift. This is what I do. So to be blocked from something like this is sad because this is a rare gift, and it's not like you're going to get out there and find a whole bunch of psychics so easily. You might find some good tarot card readers, but not often tarot card readers and psychics. Very difficult. So that's karma. That's reciprocity. What's going to happen to me? Who knows? I don't know. I disputed it. I proved my point. I put it out there. I disputed the situation, and I said, this is what they ordered. This is the terms and conditions. It's not what they said they're missing. I'm happy to give them something in exchange. And we'll see what the banks say. I'll let you guys know. But that's where we're at. And it's like, stand still, headbutt. I stand my ground. She stands her ground. And it's just sad. Yeah, because Laura, people don't read. And I have about this much to read in a terms and conditions and about this much in, in your phone to read about the order. And she just didn't. So maybe she's going to be embarrassed. Maybe the bank's going to come back and say that's not what you ordered. She's happy to fulfill your order. I know there was an appointment, but it clearly states you didn't have a private appointment ordered. So there was a mistake, and she's probably going to lose her money and not get anything. I mean, that's because she doesn't want to communicate with me like a good person. She wants to argue, call me argumentative, be forceful, be complaintive, and I don't want to work with somebody like that. Maybe if a nice hair crawls up my butt, I might just do it and then send it to her. But I guess I'd have to wait a little while till I get there. I wait a little while. But listen, guys, sometimes things happen to us and it's not our fault, but we caused it. This is where Mercury teaches you a lesson. This is where Saturn teaches you a lesson. You know what lesson I learned today? I went back to my website and I adjusted the 100 Club message and I made it crystal clear. This is not a personal reading. And I know everyone knows that, but to state the obvious for people that maybe like her don't read or don't understand, maybe it's another language, I don't know. I put it all in capitals, parentheses. This is not a personal reading, just to be clear. So maybe I should have done that. Hindsight is 2020. Maybe I should have done that from the beginning, made it very crystal clear from the beginning. Also, I adjusted the calendar to where it had availability like as soon as today, which was beyond my knowledge. I had no idea that the calendars were showing availability when I didn't have availability. So I was like, okay, that needs adjusting. So I adjusted that calendar so it doesn't pop up like that anymore for the 100 Club. And I was like, that's weird. I didn't know that. But you know what? Sometimes blessings come in disguise. And that's what the Six of Pentacles reciprocity is. It's like, this is a blessing. Now, there's difficulty, there's confrontation, there's frustration, there's financial loss. How do you say? It takes something you don't want it to take, but you learn something good in its place. And now going forward, it shouldn't be an issue again. And so this is something to be grateful for. You always have to turn a negative situation into something positive. Now, let's flip this on its head and turn it into a relationship. Let's say you got with a guy or a girl, whatever, you got with somebody, and you were so excited to have this connection with them. Let's say you had known them before and you're reuniting, and you're seeing each other, and they want to get intimate. But you have concerns and you have conditions. You don't want to get intimate unless it's going to be some kind of commitment. But instead of saying it to them, hey, listen, I don't want to get intimate unless I have some kind of a commitment from you, that you're not just going to hit it and quit it, or you're not just going to be in and out. I want to know that you are committing to me in some way, that I'm yours and you're mine. Okay? Be it publicly on Facebook, be it to your face, be it to friends and family, be it whatever. You need something to say, hey, it's okay. Let's say though, which happens most of the time, we don't speak our truth. We go with the moment and we assume, right, that they automatically get that. They understand that that's obvious. That's the underlying truth. And it's like, they don't. We, as certain people that have good hearts, probably would never do that to another person, but that's what we learn. Things that we would never do to someone else sometimes gets done unto us, and it's not fair. But I think the lesson here is to speak up. King of Wands, and he says, speak up. Let people know your needs, your wants, your desires. Let people know your rules, your regulations. Speak up, be forthright, be honest, be confrontive if need be, but do it. So the karma that you get isn't bad on you, it's bad on them. Be clear and be honest. Now, what someone could say to someone in a relationship they're being intimate is, like I said, hey, listen, I don't want to have intimacy until I know that there's some kind of commitment. And that person may say, okay, well, you're everything to me. You're who I want to be with going forward. I want to be with you. This is special. Okay? I have strong feelings for you, or I love you, whatever it is you need to hear. Then go forward with the intimacy. But if they're going to say, whoa, 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 I thought we were just having fun. I thought, no thoughts involved. We were just having a good night. I don't know if I'm ready for commitment. I don't think I'm ready to even go to that next step. Then that's when you have to say, then no, it's not happening. That's the self-respect. That's the line being drawn in the sand. And sometimes we have to learn, hey, I've got to be clear. I've got to be really clear. TRW, 100% true, and I do. And if they accuse you of being difficult or having issues, then that's a clear sign of messing you around. Exactly. TRW. If they have a problem or they're irritated or aggravated with you for that, then their head's not in the right place. Let's just give an example. Let's say you do get intimate. What if you get pregnant that night and they're not into being committed to you? What kind of a problem are you going to have? So many women today face these issues of being intimate and then something happens. Women have a much more high consequence of fooling around than men. Men do. You have a risk. You guys could be responsible for child support. Big risk. Do you want to be financially responsible for someone? Number two, you're going to be on the emotional hook with a child. So think about it before you get intimate. Condoms don't always work. Birth control doesn't always work. Pulling out doesn't always work. There's always a risk. And are you willing to make that risk? And for ladies, it's even bigger. They get to walk away if they choose and go live a life. They get to have another girlfriend. They get to have another house or apartment. They get to go to the gym when they feel like. They get to go on vacays when they want. They get to have a life. They get to sleep in. They get to sleep full 8 hours. They get to have what they need and want. But for a woman, you are on the hook. If something happens, you don't get any of that. You have to be present. There's no choice. You are present and your body will change and it will go through suffering and you will have absolute lack of sleep. Your schedule will change for the rest of your life. Your living arrangements will change the rest of your life. You will go from being able to afford a 1-bedroom to needing a 2-bedroom. And child support will not always take care of that price increase. Sometimes a fraction of that. So your life will change and your freedoms, you'll have to be accountable every day, every moment, at every time, and provide services if need be, or family to fill in the gaps. So again, it's like, think about your consequences, think about the reciprocity. What are you going to lose? What could you lose? What are you willing to lose? Because sometimes it's not worth it. Another example, maybe getting involved with a bad person in a relationship. Let's just say you meet someone, let's just say it's a con artist or it's a criminal. You get involved with a criminal. You can't help who you fall in love with. You met him and you fall head over heels. This is the love of my life. And you have kids with that person. And then that person goes to prison or gets caught or goes to jail or murders someone. God knows, who knows? But now your life is impacted. Your children's life is impacted. I'm using that as an example because the children then pay the price. They suffer. Now they have to do with an absent father or absent mother. Now they have to deal with the law. And you could sit there and say, it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with it. And you didn't. But that's karma. You get involved. You get to choose who you get involved with. Sometimes those are some hard choices. Sometimes you have to say no to sleeping with somebody you're totally attracted to and you really want. Sometimes you have to say no to someone you love because of their lifestyle. Sometimes you have to say no to money because it's not matching up with your values. And King of Wands says it's nice to be the King of Wands and go get what you want when you want it and be in control of your life. It's so nice to be the King of Wands. But what the King of Wands doesn't tell you is the consequences are usually steep. If you rage into a war, you might regret it. Kind of like the Avengers when Draco or Drake, whatever his name is, that big muscular guy, goes to war with Thanos. He drags all his friends in it and the world, all because he wants to avenge his family, his wife and children. And Rocket comes out and he's like, hey, we lost lives today. People died. Bad things happened because you got upset and you went after Thanos and we all had to go in after you. And he's just like, I'm sorry. I was angry. I love my family. And he's like, yeah, we all lose people. We've all lost people that we love. But you can't go around risking the lives of the other people you love. What about us? Sometimes we're so into the dead. We're so into the old. We're so into what happened, the past, that we're not being cautious with our present. How that affects us today. Sometimes we're so in love with some man or woman who's just terrible, and we don't want to let them go. We love them with all our hearts so much, but we're hurting our children in our present. They're paying the consequences of poverty, depression, legals, hardships in school, hardships in family. They're paying the consequences for your heart, for your wants. Maybe if you're into somebody and you can't move on, your children suffer because you never find anyone else. You just stay faithful to a ghost. And they end up growing up without that person present, without any person present. I know this lesson came down hard on us today, but it's going to cost you. Whatever you do is going to cost you. And sometimes it's not going to cost you what you wish it would. And it's frustrating and it's painful. And that's why it pays. Virgo energy, 6 of Pentacles. It pays to pay attention to the details, to be slow, to reread things 2 times, 3 times if need be. That's all about Virgo. Reread everything. Reanalyze. Overthink. Sometimes it pays. It pays to do that because you catch things and you can make better decisions. Anyways, okay, so that's one lesson here. Let's go into relationships and see what's going on. Let me clarify it. I feel like you're dealing with a Leo or Virgo, most likely a Leo, that wants to tell you a confession or a secret they're going to maybe ask you for your help financially or something to do with where they physically live or what they physically have, maybe something to do with children because they don't have it. They need you in something and you wanted them back, but not like this. This is not a blessing from the universe. This feels a little bit more like a curse. It's like, oh, they're back, but not for love. They're not back for love. They're back because they have some physical need. Yeah. They're tired and exhausted. Clarification. They're overwhelmed. They have sleepless nights. They've been overgiving. They have no boundaries. There is a third party involved, which is why they are going to be probably holding back from you. Okay. Yeah, they're holding back. So this is getting someone back into your life. King of Wands. Attractive, masculine, confident. This is someone that you've wanted, desired. Finally, Six of Pentacles, they got some karma. They got tapped on that ASS by karma. And now they're hurting. They're in a bad place. They're tired, they're exhausted, they're stressed. Karma is kicking their tail. And so they come back. New beginning, right? But not necessarily. They're like, I'm not here for a relationship. I'm here because I need your help. And how is that going to make you feel? TRW, this has all happened and I'm clearing up my end. I'm taking out the trash. Tomorrow I see an attorney and I'm taking back my power. Oh, good, TRW. You were given that Six of Pentacles offer and I turned it down. It was very bittersweet. Oh, TRW. I'm sorry. That is just terrible. Yeah, someone comes up and they're like, I'm back, but not the way you wanted me back. And what are you going to do about that, guys? You know, because secretly you wanted this person in here. They are, but it's like instant depletion. I need something from you. And you're just like, oh, dang it. This is followed by death. Wow, Queen of Wands. Look at that, King and Queen of Wands. We've been pulling royal pairs for like 3 days now. It's insane. Judgment. Page of Wands. This may be about a family. Karmic. Whenever you see the king, the queen, and the page, that's usually a family. This has something to do with a family being involved. They're all connected. They're all of the same suit. So a mom, a dad, and a child. Maybe 2 children. What's going to happen, though, is tying up loose ends, unfinished business. Well, this is also someone who's not ready to let it go. They secretly see you as their divine counterpart, but they don't treat you like that. What they're getting is their own karma. What's going to happen is they're going to get judged and they're going to get karma and they're going to have a loss. They've earned it in some way. Page of Wands here is steps, small steps towards the right direction. It's also passionate. And it's also maybe even a little bit angry, to be honest. I sense some anger about the dark night of the soul and the despair. Someone is learning a lesson and they're angry that they're learning a lesson. Almost like that girl that clearly maybe didn't read what she ordered. And as brazen and boastful and proud as the King of Wands, she dares to email me and say, It clearly says appointment. I had an appointment reminder. It was an appointment, disregarding all other factual evidence of what it is she actually ordered. And finding the time to go out of her way to make a review, to go out of her way to waste hours to go make a dispute and this and that, instead of doing something better off with her time. And by the way, very little patience. I've had people wait months for a response from me, and she couldn't wait 2 weeks. So that's the King of Wands. That's the Queen of Wands. Impatient. They do not want to wait. They want it now, now, now. Answers now, now, now. They need it now. Very demanding is the King and Queen of Wands. And so when you're getting reciprocity and it goes to this dark night of the soul, Five of Pentacles, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit with a loss. Like this woman, unfortunately, unless I change my mind, but not only am I going to get my money back because I'm right, she did not order what she said she ordered, but I'll have the right to get the money and not even do a reading if I don't want to. If I wanted to do that, but I, of course, don't want any kind of bad karma, I'll probably go ahead and just do it and give her something even though she didn't order it. But that's fair. And this is saying it's fair. You have to allow people to get what's coming to them, whether it's fair or you think it's painful or not. You know what I mean? This person that you love is coming to you and they're probably crying. They're probably burdened. They're upset. They're at a loss. They're suffering. It's almost like your ex is coming to your house and saying, listen, I left you for another woman. And we had a whole full-fledged relationship. But now we had a huge fight. We broke up. I need another place to live. Can me and my son or daughter come stay with you till I get on my feet? Do you still have that extra basement? Do you still have that extra room? I can't afford to stay somewhere else. And you're just like, wow, you're going to put that on my lap, huh? After all you've done. And with open arms, I'm just, you're just supposed to say yes. I don't know. That's up to you guys. But there is this situation of a family. There's dire need. There's financial despair. Diane, thank you so much. You are the best reader. I've been watching you over 4 years, always on point. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. TRW, you do what you think is best, Stephanie. I am no longer a giver with open arms. Yeah, a lot of us are not. And it's like, really contemplate that. Think about it. Think about what you really want to do and what is karma. Because I do have a highlight. Sometimes karma is that person just suffers and that's their lot in life. Like that's what's going to happen. You don't have to show up and save the day. Sometimes what that person needs is to suffer and to lose. They just need to lose. They need to lose a lot. I would never kick a child out on the streets. I mean, if a child's involved, that may be more of a bargaining pawn to let them in. Like, I have a child. I have a child. Like on Titanic. Please, I have a child. I need a life raft. That's a good excuse there. But if not, think about it, because they have been dealing with karma, and that's what they need to deal with, karma. So you may very well end up holding back. It says expect delays. This is divine time, not your time. Patience, there's still time. The grass isn't greener on the other side. They're going to realize that whatever they're doing is not creating good karma. This is their karma. And just like the lady that's, dealing with drama with me, it's like, read. Let's be fair. Okay, you had an appointment. I understand that. I can see how that's confusing. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. But read what you ordered. If you ordered a pina colada and they bring you out a milkshake, you're going to say, that's not what I ordered. And they're going to go, oh, I'm sorry, let me replace it. But if you ordered a milkshake and you expected a pina colada and they come out with the milkshake and you say, I wanted a pina colada, and they say, look, you ordered a milkshake. By the way, it's recorded. Oh, you're right, I did say milkshake. My bad, I really wanted a pina colada. Well, then it's nice to have someone say, oh, no problem. Let me take the milkshake. That was just a little mistake. Let me give you a pina colada. No big deal. The problem comes when two people are saying, you didn't order this, but you ordered this, and the other person is too proud to say, you're right. Even with evidence, you're right. You're right. Think about that, guys. Think about consequences. And it's okay to confess, I was wrong. Sometimes we think we said something and we didn't. And we're wrong. Sometimes we think we gave someone a clear picture, but we didn't, and we're wrong. And we can't get mad at them. You know, it's like, God, I'm mad at you because you used me, you took advantage of me, you knew I had a child, and you were messing around with me, wasting my time. I spent 6 years on that relationship. I never dated anybody else. And they're like, why did you wait on me? I never said I was going to be with you. But you led me to believe that that's where we were headed. You made me believe that. The truth is, no one can make you believe anything. You choose to believe something on your own. You choose to throw out red flags and see green flags. You choose to hear what you want to hear sometimes and see what you want to see. And many people do that in relationships, at work, everywhere. Obviously on orders. People choose to believe and see what they want. And then when it's thrown in their face, it's like pride gets in the way. Don't let pride get in the way, guys. Don't let pride steal your wisdom. There's something, I think it's Proverbs 13, and it's saying, a wise son heeds his father's words, but a scoffer, I don't know the exact words, but it's to where a scoffer doesn't. A scoffer does not heed the father's words and is just a believer of their own truth. Okay? So it's like, don't be a scoffer. Don't be a believer of your own truth. A scoffer hates rebuke. Rebuke is like proof. It's receipts. It's like evidence. Rebuke is you're wrong. And here's the evidence. You're wrong. And a scoffer gets upset at the receipts, at the evidence. It's like someone's not mad that they did something wrong. They're mad that they got caught and someone had evidence. Don't be a scoffer. Take the rebuke. A wise son heeds the words from the father, which is critique, criticism. It's a message from Saturn. It's a message from karma. It is take the rebuke. Take the slap on the wrist, or take the 5 of Pentacles loss. You made a choice. Maybe you should have ordered something else, but that's your choice. Okay, I just have one little story I want to share with you. It's funny. You're probably going to find it funny, and it might cheer up your day, so hear me out for a second. I was seeing somebody a while, like years ago, and we went out to dinner at this Texas T-bone place. It used to be a famous steakhouse, all right? And they have excellent salads, pretty good steak, not as good as Texas Roadhouse, but anyways. He was so stubborn, King of Wands, proud, stubborn, alpha masculine BS. He's like, I don't want to go to Texas Roadhouse. That's so posh. That's so everybody goes there. I want to go to Texas T-bone. Not everyone goes there, and it's good steak, and it's good blah, 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 and it's good meat, and I want to go there. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go there. So I take me and the kids there. I've got 2 kids. He's got 1. And we're sitting there ordering. And I'm looking at the menu carefully. Like, I know, okay, I want a 6-ounce, ribeye, and I want it, medium rare, and I want this and that. Like, I know what I want, and I'm looking at it. He spends 10 seconds looking at the menu. He opens it, closes it. I'm like, what are you going to order? And he's like, I'm ordering a steak smothered in onions and whatever else was there. So I'm like, oh, okay, gravy and onions on a steak? Like, first of all, who orders that? Do you guys order that? Because when I get a steak, honey, I just want the meat, okay? I want to taste the flavor of the meat. I don't want to taste no onions, okay? What you mean you don't eat no meat? That's okay. We do lamb. Okay, you don't know my reference. Anyways, who orders this, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. If that's what you want to order. It doesn't sound, he never used to order that before. It was always a regular steak, so he wanted to be different. Okay. So then the guy comes over and he takes our order, and the name, the name of this damn steak, guys, was called Roadkill. It was literally called Roadkill. I wouldn't eat that ever. But this man wants to order Roadkill. It's not literally Roadkill, guys. It's just the name. Okay. It's supposed to be for a steak house. It's just a name. It's not actual Roadkill. But that sounded suspicious to me. And I looked at him and I was like, are you okay ordering Roadkill? That just doesn't sound right. Something's wrong with that name. It doesn't sound like a steak. No one's going to call a gorgeous piece of meat Roadkill. My steak says T-bone or ribeye. What is your steak saying? Roadkill? Like, I'm concerned. And I didn't say anything. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Whatever. So they bring out our food. My food is delicious. I'm just cutting into my steak. The kids' food's delicious. He has a baby fit. This 6 foot, 200-pound man has a fit. A little baby girl, 5-year-old little girl fit about his food. Probably because he was hangry, all right? But he sits there pouting, elbows on the table, pouting. Oh my God, it used to get on my nerves. And then he has the audacity to ruin our dinner by pushing his plate into the center of the table. And he's just, you could hear it clanging. You know, he pushed the table. He pushed the plate. And I'm like, what is your problem? What is your problem? We're all trying to have a nice dinner. You're having a hissy fit. What is your problem? He's like, this is not what I ordered. And I'm like, what is it? He goes, it's basically ground up hamburger meat with gravy. I'm like, ground up hamburger meat. Okay. Well, all right. Why don't we just call the waiter and we'll see what's going on? He waves down the waiter with his little hissy fit. This isn't what I ordered. I wanted, I need to see the menu. I wanted a steak with smothered onions and stuff on top. And the man grabs the menu and he goes, that's Roadkill. He's like, here, I'm going to give you the menu. You point to what you ordered. And so he grabs the menu. He's like, oh, hissy fit. And he pulls it open. And, you know, I'm not even hungry anymore. And whiny. God, this 6-foot man. Whiny. Oh, my God. Anyways. He points to it and he's like, right there. That's what I ordered. Right there. It says, and then he reads it and he's like, Roadkill, this and that. And the man says, can you read the description of that? Maybe he needed glasses and he was too proud to say he needed glasses. But the man grabs the menu and he says, Roadkill is chopped up steak mixed with beef, ground beef, chopped up, seared like a flat hamburger, and then topped with smothered onions and gravy. Kind of like a Salisbury steak. It's called Texas Roadkill. And he was embarrassed and shocked. He was wrong. He was wrong. So he thought he was going to get a free meal. He thought, you know, he was going to be in the right. They were going to, you know, whatever, and he was going to go get his steak. But no, he was wrong. And what he told the man took down literally and wrote it down and gave him what he asked for. But that's not what he thought it was. Now, being the good restaurant that Texas T-Bone Steakhouse was, they said, it's okay. You made a mistake. It's understandable. We're going to go ahead and give you another steak so you can be happy with your meal. And he was so mad at himself and everybody. He didn't want to admit it, but we have secrets, confessions, you know, over here. It's very much like him. He didn't want to admit it, but he was like, you know what? I've lost my appetite. They've all finished eating and I didn't even eat anything. I didn't even begin. And I just want the check and I want to go home. Can you take this meal off? Because I'm not going to eat it. And so they said, sure. They took his meal off and we paid. He didn't say a word home. He was being silent and grouchy, which affected the kids. And he went home to bed early with no food. He was so mad. He's like, my appetite's ruined. I just want to go to bed. He ruined the time with me too. He ruined it. And I'm like, wow. All because you are prideful and stubborn and you made a mistake. It was an accident, but you made the mistake and now we're all paying for it. We all had a crappy night. It wasn't a fun family outing at a restaurant like we wanted. Now it's a shitty, you know, it's crappy. And that's a shame. And kind of like this reading is saying, it's like sometimes others are going to pay for your shortcomings, for your downfalls. Other people have to pay for it. And this is when karma steps in and says, I have an issue. Karma is supposed to be just for you. When your karma runs out and spills over and affects other people, karma comes on you a little differently and a little bit harsher. So when your karma is no longer yours and you've affected others, it's going to come back maybe harder, okay? And like I said, sometimes it's not even your fault. You didn't intend to do it, but it comes back at you. So this reading is all about karma. Judgment's about karma. Reciprocity is about karma. Five of Pentacles is about karma, paying for karma. We got a lot of karma here. We even have the karmic card. And it's basically saying what you do, Page of Wands, comes back on you. And if you've taken actions to create karma, expect it. Now, we have a reading where somebody is asking for your help. They're going to need your help. And that is their karma. They're going to maybe not be able to make the rent, not be able to pay all their bills, struggling to get by, maybe needing a second job. Don't pity them. That's what they need to do. I have somebody else that I've known that pays child support, complains about it almost every month, about how broke he is, and blames the child support. But that's karma, because for years he didn't pay child support. And for years he was off going on week-long vacations, traveling here and there, buying quad runners, buying kayaks, going camping, spending the night in nice posh places, visiting family out of town, going to the state fair or Elitch's, or Meow Wolf or, you know, stuff like that. Expensive. Zoo trips, blah, blah, blah. You know, acting like they didn't have a concern. They didn't have a child to take care of. But now he wants to say, oh, I'm suffering. Karma. Because for many years, he did not care for that child. And that, I told you, when karma spills over onto somebody else, you get karma longer and harsher. So now he's not just going to have 3 years of suffering. He might have 18 years of suffering, 20 years of suffering. You know, it's going to come back harder. I'm just using that as an example. Even though he pays child support and he's trying to do better in life now, he's still sucking at it and doesn't see the karma that he needs to fix. He thinks that he's a decent man, decent job, decent human being, decent father, decent lover. Why should he be getting such bad karma? He's blind and stubborn and wrong that he's hurt and spilled his bad karma onto other people. He's blind that he's affected his Queen of Wands. He's blind that he's affected his child Page of Wands. So because of his blindness and ego, now he's suffering. King of Wands, he could be a she, but we're talking about the King of Wands. So anyways, what does Spirit want to say? It still baffles me, right, guys, that some people could be so selfish. You know, they don't even realize. TRW robbing Peter to pay Paul and being financially irresponsible and then expecting someone else to clean up their mess just because they are offering you a relationship. Nope. Yeah. So we have the TRW, check this out. Check this out. It's literally what we've been talking about, guys. The world doesn't owe you anything. A lot of people go into this world thinking, hey, I'm suffering, I'm hurting, the world owes me something. Like, I deserve good karma. That's what this means. I deserve good karma. I deserve all these things. And it's like, no, the world doesn't owe you anything. You create your own karma. You're not born into this world saying, oh, I'm due these good things. No, you come in, you create. That's what the wands and the fire energy does. We create, and then we reap our harvest. But we cannot look around at people and say, it's your fault my harvest is this way. It's our harvest. You know, my ex is the one that ordered roadkill. Intentionally or non-intentionally, doesn't matter. That other person I know had a child. Intentionally or unintentionally, not anybody's problem. His problem. You know, to the girl that's dating a loser or a criminal, it's like, you're the one who chose to be with this person. The world doesn't owe you anything. That's your problem. You can get out of that. You know, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, to the person that ordered my 100 Club reading and expected a reading, that's not my problem. That you ordered that. That's not my fault. That you couldn't read and select a private personal reading. You had plenty of options. It's not my fault. It's not my problem. You went to the website. You scrolled down. You selected. You signed your name. You hit the terms and conditions. You hit pay. That is not my problem. Now, her karma's spilling over to me. I got to go spend 5 hours dealing with the bank and this place and going back and screenshotting evidence of the receipt and the order and what it clearly states and the terms and conditions and her agreement. I have to go do all that and go back to the review and respond to the review and say this woman actually ordered something very different than what she expected and is upset by it. So upset that she wants to bleed all over me. It's not my problem. But see, these are the things, guys. Karma comes back. And like I said, it is either intentional or unintentional. Now, to women and men that see someone and get intimate without expecting or without clearly stating they want commitment, what karma could befall on them? Disrespect, disloyalty, in and out behavior, long nights, crying nights, hurtful occasions. Why? Because they didn't take the step to be clear. And again, that bleeds onto their children or just themselves. But what I'm trying to get clear today is it doesn't have to be intentional to get, let's just say, negative karma. And a lot of the teachers of karma, Sadhguru and other ones, all these astrologers, they hate saying, they're afraid. I see a lot of these men afraid of karma. Oh, I can't say someone's going to die. Ooh, I can't say something's going to happen with a divorce. Ooh, I can't say this person could lose children. I can't. That's bad karma for me. Whatever. I find that cowardice. They don't want to be involved. But I think having a gift, the gift of seeing, comes with a responsibility. And if that person is brought onto your path karmically as a guru or teacher or an astrologer, it is your responsibility to do what this past life person who's coming back into your present is asking. That's your karma. But a lot of these people get scared. But there's also something a lot of them are scared to do, and it is tell you if it's a good karma or a bad karma. They like to believe in karma is just karma. It's neither good nor bad. Say that to the woman that loses her child to a drowning. Say that to someone that loses a father to an accident. Say that to someone who goes bankrupt and loses everything. Go ahead and say karma is neither good nor bad. Go ahead, because it feels bad. And while we're here on this planet, on this karmic plane of Earth, with our physical body, we are going to experience positive and negative. That is the balance. And it's not wrong for us as teachers to say this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, this is negative, this is positive. I don't want to be PUSSY and skirt around. I don't want to call it bad or good. That's just PUSSY. It's bull. It's bull. There is negative karma. Why is it considered negative? Because it causes pain. Why is it considered negative? Because it depletes. Negative is absent of. Negative karma depletes and creates an absence of something. Literally the symbol of negativity, like the negative symbol of the minus. Positive karma gives. It accumulates. And the positive symbol, and it's seen as up and high. And when you relate up and high and down and low, you think of the chakras. Anything below the heart chakra is this physical reality. Anything above is the spiritual. So positive and negative is seen either high or low. If it affects you, it could be a vibe that affects your finances. It could affect your physical body, and it affects your confidence. If you get a good karma that affects you on the physical plane, it makes you sexier or it makes you wealthier. Well, that's seen as good karma, right? But it also affects you on a low level because that's your physical. There is different perspectives and different ways of looking at karma. It's not linear, time's not linear. It's round, it's sphere-like, it's got dimensions. There's different ways of looking at positive and negative, of course. But there is still a reality where negative karma exists. Positive karma exists. Happy karma comes in. Sad karma comes in. painful karma comes in and good feeling karma comes in. So the truth is, the world doesn't owe you anything. And if you do get some kind of bad karma, there's something you did to create it because of the law of cause and effect. And maybe you didn't do anything in the last 10 years, but you did it 10 years ago. Maybe to that jerk that thinks he's being a good guy now, but abandoned his son, rejected his girl, lied, has changed, but he still has karma to pay for because his karma is bleeding over on someone else. I don't know. I hope karmas are making more sense. The other card that comes in is stay away from people who make you feel like you're hard to love. Don't be with someone ungrateful. And this is a big warning for you. This person could be very ungrateful and selfish. Sometimes it's sad, but you do get someone that uses you and they're not very grateful. They don't appreciate your patience. They don't appreciate your kindness. They just take what they can take from you, which is why they keep getting bad karma. You might get someone who gets bad karma because they're sleeping with a single mom and the mom says, you've hurt me. This is not what I wanted. I wanted a family. And they keep coming back. They keep coming back. Not because they want to be committed, just because they want to keep stealing the punani from the single mom. That's selfish. And believe me, you create worse karma that way. When someone expresses and confesses to you, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is the pain that's being caused. If someone confesses to you, this is the truth, these are the receipts, these are the facts, this is the evidence, please be understanding. And someone chooses to not be understanding and to create more waves, to create more problems, even if they win, let's say that creep Lee Elizabeth gets her money. Well, let's just say if she does win, because the bank doesn't do its due diligence to really read the receipts, then she's going to get bad karma, I can guarantee you. Bad karma. She's going to get burned twice as hard in her own business or at her own career or in her own relationship. She's going to get burned. And there's going to be 3 times harder the bad things she said or done back to her. And Spirit's saying you have choices. You don't have to go down that path. You can choose to review the evidence and make a better choice. 6 of Pentacles, to be fair, to be understanding, to be balanced, and to be cautious and respectful of others. But this 6 of Pentacles is you get what you give. And that's why I chose Santa Claus in my deck. Because Santa, well, the lure, the history of Santa is always be a good girl, be a good boy, and Santa Claus is going to leave you a present. If you're a bad girl or a bad boy, Santa Claus is going to put coal in your stocking. You know? So you're just trying to be good all year to make sure you get that Santa Claus present. Plus, you want to make Santa happy. Because you love Santa. That's a good heart. But there are bad girls and boys, and I hate to say it, but they are like naughty, bullies, spitting at people, tripping them, taking their lunchbox. Bullies. And then Santa Claus comes around, and we know it's mommy and daddy, and they leave them a Nerf gun. And they're not even getting their karma. When that happens, guess what's going to happen to that Nerf gun? It's going to get stolen, or it's going to break. Or they're going to get a bike from Santa. and it's going to get stolen. You know, because karma, even if it's not distributed properly and somebody doesn't get karma right away as they should get it, they're going to get it in the long run. There's no escaping Santa's eyes. There's no escaping karma. And you know, it's funny because Santa derives from Father Time, the New Year, and death, the Grim Reaper. So Santa derives from those references. Did you know that Santa also comes from Saturn? Saturn, Santa, same thing. And Saturn, back in Greek mythology, had many statues of devouring children because it was a symbol of devouring life. It was a symbol of death. So Saturn represented death. And the children on the statue that he was eating was life, a life. So he was eating lives. So that's just the depiction of it. But Saturn also represents karma, which you know you can't escape death and you can't escape taxes. So Saturn goes on record as you cannot escape Saturn. You can't escape your karma. Saturn also derives from Satan, traditional Satan, Hades, ruler of hell, and the fallen angel, obstacles and hardships, and the dark one, which is, again, Saturn's colors are represented by black and red. Ironically, Satan. But it's dark. Saturn also has association with the symbol of the cube. Think of Mecca out in Iraq. Mecca, the city, and how they go around the cube, the black cube, however many times, worshiping Saturn, worshiping Satan, worshiping karma, worshiping the dark one, worshiping that. And the cube and the square have association with Saturn as well, because squares represent 4 ridges, which is 4 is certainty, unavoidable, it's stability, it's the foundation. And it represents obstacles, a wall, a barrier. And then you think of a square in astrology, reading your natal chart, and how if you have a square, there's going to be hardship and obstacles. Why? Because Saturn's affecting that transit. Anyways, there's a lot to say and do with Saturn. And in this card, I really just wanted to depict. You get what you give. And you earn. You earn every pentacle. Whether intentional or unintentional, it's choices. Reciprocity, 6 of Pentacles, ties to the Lover's card, which is choices. We all have choices to be good or not. That's why the serpent is always there. Okay? And we need to find harmony and balance. So, again, stay away from people who make you feel like you are undeserving and hard to love. You don't need to be around someone like that. And the world doesn't owe you anything. Acting like the world owes you something keeps you in a mentality of scarcity. Here's the hard truth. The universe never borrowed anything from you. All the gifts she's given you so far have been gifts. If you treat everything in your life like that, you're going to be a lot happier. Unless you're a DICK. Then you'll just be grumpy. It's your choice, boo-boo. Again, talking about choices. So this is about, and you guys could be dealing with a Leo, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say a Leo or a Virgo, maybe even a Scorpio, is going to be getting some karma. And they're not going to like it. And you, my friends, are going to be asked to help alleviate them from this karma. Maybe the karma that they have to be humble and bow down to you is their karma. Maybe it's just part of it, but tell me more, please, about this karma. Well, we got Scorpio again, cow skull, an abrupt ending, as well as climbing, moving up, Capricorn energy, scoring the mountain. Look, if you've been waiting for someone to finally get their karma, they're getting it. Cabin, home matters. It's going to affect where they live. It's going to affect their home. Whoever's going to be getting the karma, it's going to affect them at home. Can I have some more descriptions of their karma? Also, I'll be doing 100 club readings today. So make sure that your monthly subscription dues have been paid for the $122 ultimate subscription, because the 100 Club is free for you if you're a part of that subscription. That is the most giving subscription I've ever made. It has a $100 value from the 100 Club. It has a $44 value for a bonus reading. It has a $22 Celtic Cross bonus reading, and it has an 1111 Oracle. That's a lot of giving, and that's way more value than you actually pay. And that comes to you monthly. Not to mention, it gives you 50% off of an emergency reading, additionally, if you want it or need it, which is 30 to 45 minutes long, personal reading, one-on-one. So if you're looking for a bang for your buck, that's where you go. The ultimate subscription. To everyone else, you can just pay for the ultimate, you could just pay for the 100 Club. It's $100. You just pay it once. It's good for 10 months up to a year. It's 1 to 2 questions at a time. It pays for 10 questions over a course of time. They're half off, more than half off. Normally, each question I charge on my random questions days are $22 for a random question. So you're getting it for $10 a question. So anyways, that's good for a course of period of time. So if you want that, you can just pay for it by itself, or you can subscribe, and that's going to be available for you. All right. But I'll be doing those later. And I will go through the list of people that are part of the ultimate subscription. So I'm already going to have your name written down. So whether you're present or not, that's okay. I'm still going to do your name. I'm still going to run it through. If you want a question, please put it in the comments, or email me your question, or Cash App me $1, whatever, with your question, just so I'm sure before the reading. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull a random 1 card for you, because I don't want to waste 2 if you're not there. So if you're there, you get 2, and you get to ask me personally. If you're not there, you get 1, and I'm just going to pull a card from the universe for you, okay? Or maybe I'll pull more than 1, I forgot. 100 Club, you don't just get 1 card per question, you get multiple cards. My bad. Multiple cards per question for the 100 Clubbers. And like I said, if you're an ultimate subscriber, that's all automatically included. Okay, so bonus message for today. Show me what's going on with the Leo. I want you to come and take care of my needs, the nurturer. See? And that's them asking you for help. This Leo, this King of Wands, doesn't have to be Leo, but this King of Wands, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, is going to come and ask you karmically, please help me. I need you to take care of some of my needs. I'm having a hard time. I can't do it all. They're going to act like they have some kind of a commitment with you. I know we're meant to be, and I'm committed to our commitment to one another, soul commitment. They may try to use that connection that you guys have against you and be like, I know I could come to you with anything. I know I can always count on you. They might use that. you know, hoping that you're going to pull through and be committed to them, that you're going to be there for them, even though they have betrayed you. I'm sorry for turning my back on you the times you needed me the most. Betrayal. Because they have betrayed you with that karmic. They're under a lot of pressure right now, and they're sinking into the depths of sadness. All right, what's going on with their karmic? What's going on, Spirit, with this person's karmic, that they are coming to the collective and asking for help? We have pain. Pain and suffering written all over the place with the karmic. We have sellout. And we have excuses. So they've made a lot of excuses at why they have to be where they're at, why they're with who they're with, why they're going through what they're going through. Excuses, excuses, excuses. And it's pitiful, is really what it is. I want to ask, are they going to leave this other person alone now that they are coming to you? We need to know that answer. All right. Spirit, are they going to leave the karmic alone after coming to the collective for help? Third party in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. One more. Whoops. Ace of Swords in reverse. Reverse, reverse, reverse. What the heck? They're not all in reverse, are they? No? Interesting. A lot of them are, though. I hate that. Listen, ultimately, I think they are going to have involvement with the third party. Why? Because they're selfish. They want what they want. They've always wanted what they wanted. And I think they are going to try to keep that going, even though they're coming to you for help. I also believe that ultimately justice is not going to let them keep it. Thank you, Dayan. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. What an adorable little beach theme there. That's awesome. So yeah, they are going to try to keep communicating with that person guilt-free. They're not going to have guilt. That's betrayal. Come to you for help. Say how much they're suffering. Play on your emotions. Give you some empty promises. Or maybe just some empty words. And then still be connected to the karmic. And Spirit's like, don't worry though. I'm not going to let them keep it. They can't keep it. That's karma. I don't know if this is how it works with chargebacks. I've never gotten a chargeback from somebody. But when I ask the bank what happens, sometimes they say when you go to your bank and you say, I want my money back from this item, and the bank pulls it back for you, you'll get it back temporarily. And then by the time the case is investigated and closed, you could lose that money again. So they said a client may be reimbursed the money that day, but until it's resolved, they have a chance of it being depleted out of their account unknowingly whenever it happens. So they may get, let's just say this client that ordered the 100 Club from me, she may get $100 back whenever she got it. But by December 5th, or however long in between now and then, whenever the bank decides to investigate and make a declare of who's right and wrong, that money will be taken out of her bank very quickly. She may be overdrawn. She may not expect that to come out, but it's going to come out at the wrong time. And I think that's what Spirit's saying here. It's like they may get what they want right away, but when it's least expected, they're going to lose it. Thank you, TRW, for the $9.99. Great reading, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. And whoever is a subscriber here on YouTube, and if you have your badge, I will give you guys a free card here at the end of this reading. FYI. So Doja Cell, it looks like you have a badge, so you get a free card. All right. That's part of the deal for being a subscriber here on YouTube. Thank you so much. TRW, thank you for that. I appreciate you, and I'll give you a free card too, just because you're being sweet. All right, guys, so let's get this oracle read. This person is going to get their karma, no matter how dirty they want to play you. Death is not going to let it be finished. If they think their karma is laid to rest, they're wrong. If they think their karma is over, they're wrong. They're just going to start getting the beginning of karma now. And until they really figure out that they owe you in some dramatic way, Queen of Wands, they're going to keep getting that karma, and it's going to keep hitting them financially. It's going to hit them right at home where it hurts. And that karmic is in the picture. It's not going well over there. There's a lot of pain. And there's some selling out going on over there. There's a lot of lies, deception, and excuses. It's not happy over there. But they're going to keep getting karma one way or the other. So let's see. Sorry, guys. I hope I'm not getting sick again. God, it sounds like it. So we're going to read this oracle. Conscia, or Consia, whatever. She who whispers knows how to keep a secret. You won't pry anything from her lips. She is the quintessential vault who holds all the lies and all the truths of the world. Her smoky quartz headdress helps remove negative energy. In fact, it is said to transform it into positive energy. It is her role to hear all the confidences of all who come to her. Consia is Latin for confidant, that never judges. She simply listens. This card reveals that all of us have secrets. It may be time to release yours now if they have become a burden. If you are concerned about being judged, look into your own heart for compassion. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our secrets are uniquely deep and dark. When we expose them to the light, we may discover others with the same fears. If someone has entrusted you with their secrets, honor their confidence. This person just needs to know if they can trust you with the secret that they're hurting and coming to you for help. The third party karmic isn't aware that they're coming to you for help. And that they're still keeping in contact with the karmic is, wow. but the karmic isn't aware. What does this person want to say to you? Because that's very two-faced. They want you to nurture their needs and help them in their hour of need, because they wish they had help, but they don't have anyone. It's just you. All the while, they still want to play dirty. You're the best I've ever had comes out. I'm really missing you lately. We have soulmate. We have a special connection, my love. We've done this before. I'm sorry for making your life uncomfortable with my in and out behavior. I've been hurt badly before, and I'm afraid the damage you could do. I've never loved like this before. To have you and lose you would be my undoing. Listen, you've been hurt before. Okay, so they have, but you've been hurt. And they're in and out, and they're using, again, I know we have a soul connection. We had that commitment card. They're using this against you like I thought they would, saying we are meant to be, we're committed, you know, you're my soulmate. So they're using that. They're using it. Yes, they miss you, but they're selfish. I'm sorry. They're selfish. That's not okay. It's just not okay, guys. It's not okay. Hi, Natural Mystic. We are 91 minutes into the reading. You missed it, girl. Please be sure to rewind the video soon and rewatch it. It was a really good reading today about karma. So you don't want to miss this, because someone's getting their karma here, and it's not what you'd expect, honestly. We have love language coming out. Lover of the night. You guys have a connection through music. You have a heart only for them. You have a deep, intimate, sexual connection. It's a very intense chemistry. You guys desire one another, that's for sure, but they are a phantom lover. Tough call. I'm looking at be the change you wish to see up in this bee. Be the change you wish to see. Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who sees what's wrong in the world, what's wrong with people, and who knows the difference between being an activist and being a whiny, a complainer. You want the world to be more kind. Be more kind. You hate litter bugs. Pick up some trash. Can't stand judgmental people. Quit judging them for being so judgmental. It's really kind of that simple. I guess I hate to say it, but they're not exactly changing, are they? You have to change. They're going to keep coming at you with what they're coming at you with if you let them. And that's why karma's giving them a bad taste. Don't be the reason why they get bad karma and then the cure. Let them get bad karma. They've earned it. And they need to wake up and see that they've earned it. Because this selfish, mommy come save me attitude is what's going on. And they're using your feelings that they know you have for them against you. Or to their benefit. The sad truth is they're not bringing love to the table. They're not bringing that Ace of Cups upright to the table. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. If they weren't hurting so much financially, they wouldn't be knocking on your door. They wouldn't be asking for a handout. If they didn't need it, Nine of Swords. But they did this to themselves, and they need to think about it. Four of Swords. They need to really think about it and stop coming to you for a quick fix. I hate to say it, but sometimes when you loan people money, even your own family members and friends and stuff, they keep coming for more. I have a cousin who makes terrible choices and always needs a handout on drugs, stuff like that. And always asking people for money. It's always right there. Reaching out, text, messenger, money, money, money. So the message here is, you can teach a man to fish, and they're always going to eat. Or you can give a man a fish, and they'll eat for a day. That saying applies here for this man or woman that you're dealing with karma. You can go ahead and solve their issue right away, help them out financially, give them a place, give them advice, give them love, whatever it is they're seeking out with you. But they're not going to stop. They're going to need this again because karma is going to keep coming at them because they're not dealing with it. And they're always going to be suffering, and they're always going to be in need. Or you could keep the door closed and just kind of, maybe not literally, but just kind of with the mindset, this is your karma. You need to deal with it. Because you need to go to the dark night and wake up with that Four Swords of clarity. You need to figure out in your mind what you did to deserve this. The same way that you are figuring out what you did to get this karma with this person, with this man or woman. Is it because you weren't crystal clear with what you wanted in this relationship? Is it because you have a big heart, quote unquote, and it doesn't matter? You're just going to let this person come in and out like this because you're a loving person? Is it because you don't think you deserve more? That you just tolerate this? Is it because you're too scared, too frightened to leave a bad city, a bad place, bad circles of friends and lovers? You're just too scared to leave the environment you grew up in. Is it because your financial situation is so hard? What Saturn is trying to teach with this karma is it's your choice. And whether it feels fair or not is kind of irrelevant. And like karma says, I don't care if you did it on purpose or by accident, this is your karma. It is your responsibility to remedy this karma. We can't sit here crying with our flag up, our surrender white flag, and say, surrender, I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. I'm a victim in this. I don't deserve this. Karma doesn't look at you like a victim. Karma looks at you like a human with a brain and choices and a body for movement and a body in which you have to conquer your fears. So karma looks at you like, I see a perfectly capable human that could choose a different job, that could, I don't care if you're homeless, hitchhike or walk to a different location, camp out somewhere else, hunt for food. There's no excuses. See, karma's like, there's no excuses. If our ancestors hundreds of years ago were walking across our countries with nothing but the clothes on their back and a fire and surviving, there's no excuses for us. It's like, you don't have to be in that job. You don't have to be in that relationship. You don't have to be in that state. You don't have to be with that guy. Well, he's the father of my children. Yeah, there's a lot of women with the fathers of their children and they're not in the situation you're in. But I love them. Well, that's your choice. But I can't choose who I love. Well, you can choose to try elsewhere. It is a choice. And it may be really hard at first because you're addicted to your ways. But karma's like, you've got to change that. And that's what karma's trying to teach this King of Wands. It's like, you may be addicted to your ways and stubborn and set in, but your ways are going to lead to destruction, to despair. If you're really tired and exhausted about the bad karma that's just coming your way, be the change. Be the change you want to experience. I don't want to make pity old money anymore. Get 2 jobs. I have a guy, and he's so stubborn. He works at the same place for 12 years. He makes minimal, almost the same money he made 12 years ago. Like, he just makes minimal. And hates his job. Super loyal and dedicated to the people he works with, though, like as friends. Like, he'll go to their house, he'll have talks with them, he'll hear their sob stories, he'll come in for other people that aren't at work, he'll save the day if they need to. He works at this place and not happy and not getting paid what he deserves. And he complains that he would be happy with an extra 20 bucks in his pocket. He's that broke. And he'd rather complain about child support because that's an extra burden than the job he has. He'd rather complain about that. If that wasn't in the way, then I'd be better. But do you know he only works part-time? He acts like he works full-time because he works 5 days a week from the hours of like 4 to 9. Some days he's there 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and he'll do a double, but it's only like 2 days out of the week. So 2 days out of the 5 are full-time, but the majority of his week, 3 days, is part-time. And not for 1 minute has he thought, I should get a steady second job or a different job. He says he's too busy, too stressed, he needs rest, he needs that time. He's got a kid in school. The kid's in high school. Doesn't need daddy to pick her and from up. She could take a school bus. She could carpool. She could get a ride. He could take time out like some parents and just do pick up and drop off and go back to work, but he chooses to have the rest of that day off. That's a choice. And he'll complain, I wish I had 20 bucks in my pocket. And he'll pick up a side job here and there. He'll paint a house for a day or two, get an extra $50. Minimal. He'll help somebody else out at another restaurant, another $50. Nothing major, nothing big, nothing substantial. And then the rest of the time complain. I don't have enough money. Again, wanting money to come from other resources. And all the while, he complains that he's stuck in a relationship he's not really happy in. And then he goes back and forth with, I am happy, then I'm not. Then I'm happy, then I'm not. Then it's okay, then it's not. Then I'm suffering, then I'm not. It's this back and forth BS. And it comes down to he's going to get arguments in his relationship consistently because of his karma. He's not supposed to be in that relationship. It's bad karma. He got into it with the foundation of bad karma and what he's doing and how he's not being man enough to get a real full-time job is karma. And you know what? He just chooses, and we're talking a decade, guys. He's chose to suffer for a decade at a job, and I'll tell you, it's cost him a divorce, and it's cost him poor relationships. A job has cost him that. Why? Because he had a poor paying job, not a full-time job. When he was married and she wanted him home at the hours that she was home, and the hours didn't mingle. And she needed more money for him to step up and pay for more, and he couldn't. That's what roots started to tear them apart. Financial. Like most divorces. Then from the root of the financial came infidelity, because he wasn't happy, she wasn't happy. So there was cheating. And then from that was born the divorce. So believe me, this karma is like, it may start out as pentacles. It may start out financial. But it can lead up to other things. Because when karma comes in, it takes. Sometimes. Or it gives, but it takes. And that's justice. You have to balance out the scales. And why justice judgment is here, it's what's not fair to someone else, the scale weighs heavy down, and the other person has a high. So the scales are not balanced if someone else is suffering because of someone's causes and they're gaining. Justice and karma comes in to balance out that scale. So justice in essence is karma. It's like I decide what's fair, not based on your experience or their experience, but just who's gaining, who's winning, who's righteous, and who's wrong. And we're going to figure out what needs to be evened out. And a lot of people get mad at karma and they go, well, I want to win. I want a huge victory. I want to laugh in this person's face. I want to be rich and famous and beautiful and make that person regret the day they left me. Well, justice may not find that as balance. Justice is not going to give you way more and really hurt that person. It's not how justice works. A lot of us think that's fair. That's how justice should work. But really, justice just comes to balance the scales. To bring that person back down to earth. And to make sure you're good. That's why they say pride comes before the fall. So, karma's like, if you got to look at a different perspective, because sometimes the choices that you're making are wrong. Learn from your mistakes. Page of Cups, learn. Learn what makes you not happy. 10 of Cups in reverse. And do something different. Stop wasting your time. Have a plan. Put it into action. So you can be happy and not miserable. 3 of Swords. All right. Well, you guys have some choices to make. This person, I think the good news here, bottom line, overall energy of the reading, there's no longer any resistance. Karma's coming. Don't resist. It's happening. You are going to be asked for assistance with their suffering. That's up to you. I'm just here to reveal the cards to you and say, hey, I still think they're going to be talking to their third party, even if they get help from you. Just to give you a heads up, just so you know, this person has a good connection with you. You love them. They love you. There's definitely some soulmate vibes. I love it. That's great. But they are the phantom lover. They come in and they come out. This person, uses a lot of excuses to get what they need from people. I think they have some guilt. They have some feeling bad for what they're doing, in and out behavior. But are they choosing to stop this? Yeah, they miss you. Yeah, they love you. Yeah, they're sorry. But what are they doing to fix it? Are they really going to stop hurting you? Are they really going to stop doing this to you? Looks like a very selfish person. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. They're not getting their needs met, but they're going to keep choosing themselves first. And really, that's what they do. They choose themselves first. And what's going to happen in that karmic relationship? It's going to get cut. It's not going to work out. They're going to have a failed marriage or a failed relationship with the karmic. They can make as many excuses as they want, but they're not there for love. They're there for resources. And all they're doing to that third-party karmic is causing pain. And all they're receiving in that karmic relationship is pain. Okay? So not a lot of good is coming out of that. And they're going to keep being under pressure from the universe, from karma. And they're going to keep moving closer and closer towards their ending because that's what they deserve. That's karma. They should not make you feel like you're hard to love, because they're kind of hard to love, to be honest. But they're making you feel like you're the difficult one. They're turning the tables on you. Okay? And they think because their story is the worst story out of everyone's story, the world owes them something. But it doesn't. It just doesn't. All right, so we're going to get your outcome and we'll be done. All right, Spirit, what is the outcome of this situation? All right. Spirit, what is the outcome? Please show me the outcome for this connection. Nine of Pentacles, desire. The outcome is looking out for yourself. And I know that's not what you want. That's not what you desire, because you want them. But based on the facts and the evidence of what they're doing and how they're acting, you're going to need to choose yourself. And the outcome is to look out for yourself. You're important. Your house, your money, your body, your life. You have value. Do not put yourself under someone else and put their needs before yours. Whatever choice that you make, whether that's helping them or not, make sure it benefits you. And make sure it's not just sexual. And make sure that you know the secrets that need to be expressed. Make sure you know what's really going on behind closed doors before you make those decisions, because they could turn your house upside down and leave you high and dry, crying, sad that you don't get a new beginning with them from poor choices, okay? So please choose yourself first. That's the message. That's the outcome. Choose yourself. And what does Spirit want to tell you about you personally? There it is. It's the whole reading. Think twice before you give a F. Don't you love it? Come on, guys, you love it. You love it. Come on now. Think twice before you give an F about their situation. Ask yourself this. What if that thing, person that's bothering / worrying / haunting you didn't matter? What if they just didn't matter? They were unimportant. And if they didn't matter, or this situation just didn't matter, would you be happier? Would you be a kinder, more productive person if they didn't matter or this didn't matter? Would you sleep better at night if you didn't have that burden? Would you let your heart desire whatever it desires? If so, don't give that F. If not giving an F means going against one of your core values as a human, as a good person, then go ahead and give that F, because you don't want to go against a core value. Like, you don't want to turn your back on a child. You don't want to turn your back on someone that's like dying. Of course, that's a core value. You know, yes, give an F then. If somebody could really use your help and you make a difference, give an F, because that's your core value. But if it doesn't, if they're just whining, if they just need a little something, if it's just another nuisance, don't give an F. Okay? You're not supposed to never give an F about people, but at this point in this situation, it's to give a F where it matters, to balance injustice, your Fs that you give. Because if Fs were money, would you drop that much money here? Take care and spend your Fs wisely. That's the advice. All right, guys. You're off the hook. You're off the hook. All right? You don't need to care if you don't need to care. And you already see how they're playing you as it is. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for watching my video. This concludes another good reading. I can't talk today. Another good reading. I really could use more subscribers. I have a handful. Come on, guys. I need more people to subscribe to either this YouTube channel or my monthlies on my website. Support, support, support your girl. Support your girl. Even if it's $33.33 a month, I have a subscription over there that pays for itself monthly. Gift yourself some readings every month. I am the only one out here giving you bomb readings at bomb prices. Why are you sitting on your hands? Get over there, please, and subscribe. You get 1111 card oracles for free on the 11th of every month. You get Celtic Cross readings every month on the 22nd. Come on. Plus you get random cards for free. Plus you get bonus extras over there. Come on now. Support your girl. If you can do more than that, if you want to do more for yourself and more for me, let's have an exchange of love and light. Let's have an exchange of goods. All right. I need money. You need readings. Let's do this. I have $122 a month reading. It pays for everything. It is the golden goose. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's $122 a month, and you get your 1111 card at the beginning of the month on the 11th. You get your $22 Celtic Cross reading on the 22nd of every month. You get your $44 reading every month. You get 100 Club membership, which is 10 questions over a 10-month to a year course of time, 1 to 2 questions at a time, no matter how many cards. Okay? That's included, which is normally $100. You're already saving almost $80 just alone by subscribing to that monthly. Plus, you get 50% off, half off emergency readings. That's a deal of a century. So if you want a reading urgently, boom, you get a half off if you subscribe to my ultimate monthly subscription. So please support your girl, support yourself, get some readings. God knows you probably need them. I need your money. Help me out. All right. So that being said, I also offer just general readings. If you can't subscribe, understandable. I do offer general readings, and you could just pay for them a la carte. Okay? I have readings up from 5 minutes to 45 minutes. So you guys can pick at your leisure whatever other reading you want. If you can support your girl even one time, that's amazing, and I'm super appreciative of it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the little super chat there, TRW. I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And anyone else that shows love, even on Cash App, if I'm not seeing it, thank you. Yes, the $22 readings. You guys can go ahead and purchase that by itself. If you guys want to be a part of the $22 readings, we've had a delay on that. We're still doing it. We're still going to be doing it tomorrow. So if you want to be a part of the $22 Celtic Cross, please go ahead. It's $22 in Cash App. You can just pay that out on its own, okay? It's in the description below. Let that stuff go. Okay, 1111 is the tag. It's written down below in the description. I can't say it out loud. But that's the Cash App tag, and you can just pay for a Celtic Cross. That's as cheap as it gets for a reading, and that's going to be on and popping tomorrow. And for everyone else that's a part of the memberships, especially for the Ultimate, you're free. You're getting the $22 for free tomorrow because you're a member. So again, thank you so much for that. All right, be sure to post your questions in the comments below so you can get them answered if you are part of the $22 Celtic Crosses. But yeah, if you're watching now and you're like, oh, I don't want to subscribe, but I do want a reading, go ahead. That's the cheapest way. I offer that once a month. That's it. So that's available. All right. After that, it's going to be a $44 reading. And then after that, you guys just have to schedule with me. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a reading. Well, I'll pull some cards for, I said I would do it for TRW and Doja Cell. Doja, you're a part of my memberships. So you get a card because I just want to give you one. And then TRW, thank you so much for your donation. Okay. Doja, you got Queen of Swords. 4 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. All right. And you guys could subscribe here on YouTube as well. I think it's like $9.99. You can get free cards every now and then too. That's a really cheap way to subscribe to me and still get cards. Okay? So anyways, Doja, it's time for you to have a plan about what you want in relationships so it can come to you. I do see a relationship offer showing up this year. It's not a big offer though. You're offering more than they're offering. I don't know if it's just financial or what, but you might have more to bring to the table. And this is saying to be a good steward of yourself, to make sure that it's fair. 9 of Cups. I know this is going to make you happy, but it's a struggle. This person might make it difficult and a bit of a struggle. But I do see this person coming into your life. Okay, but they don't have a lot to give, a lot to offer. Maybe they don't have a lot of time. The biggest message here, Doja, is make sure what you do makes you happy. That you're not doing something for somebody else just to please them, that you're doing something for Doja. That this is what Doja wants. Because it should be fair. And if it's not fair, you need to at least still be happy with it and okay with it. So this is ask yourself the hard questions. Because I'm seeing that you have a lot of good advice to give, but you very seldom follow your own advice. Because you're giving and you're kind. I feel like this is a Capricorn. A Capricorn coming to give you a little something. And they could offer you more. The biggest message here is don't be afraid to free yourself if it's not what you want. You don't have to be loyal to someone just because they offer you a little something. You deserve more. That's what I'm getting from you. Okay. All right, TRW, let's see what we're going to get for you. Spirit, please give me a message for TRW. You're welcome. Someone's coming towards you. It's an air sign. It feels like a Libra. This person doesn't know what to say to you, but is coming towards you. Not very good with their words, but really taking action to want to be with you. This person wants a new beginning. This person wants to get a fresh start and get over something in the past and have a relationship with you. You might have a child with this person in the future, or maybe already you do now, but there's unconditional love here tied between the both of you. But again, this person doesn't have always the right words. Spirit says, I know this person's not eloquently gifted in communication, but trust their actions more than their words. If this person shows up in your life, it's a blessing, it's a gift. If this person does show up, mid-30s range is what I see. They do want a commitment with you, and there is good potential for you guys to have a good life. But we have to get over the past, and we have to get over what's been said or lack of what there's been said. What needed to be said. And I don't know what this means, but there's some correlation here between you and a realtor. I don't know if they're a realtor or they're family with someone that's a realtor, or they want to be a realtor, or there's something going on there about that, but that could be a sign. I also want to say, besides love, there could very well be a move and a new house on the horizon. You might be able to have your own home or move to a different home, but I do see like that's in the works, and that's what's kind of upcoming. I don't know if you've thought about moving lately, but that might pop up. Or things are finally moving forward with a home. Maybe this person's finally selling a home or buying a home. That could be something that you find out about this person you're going to meet. But I think the ties between you and this air sign in the future is home ownership. And I do think you guys are going to have a bright new future and a bright new beginning. I do think you guys are going to own a home together in the future. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. This concludes our reading today. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe to me if you can here on YouTube. $9.99. Please do that. If not, just like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm super appreciative of that. I really could use subscribers. I've lost a lot lately. Could really use your support. Please do that for me. And if you're looking for a personal private reading, you know where to go. All that information's in the description below. Remember, like I always say, this is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm nothing without you. I love you. Have a blessed day. Bye, Laura. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Doja Cell. Thanks for watching. Bye, TRW. Bye, Natural Mystic. I love you. Bye, Dan. Thank you so much for that beautiful sticker. I'm so appreciative of that. Um, I love you guys. Bye, Rosa.